to say it now. But we have a lot of projects for the youth, which is great, and we need that. But I think it's, once we get this established, we need to start looking at a plan for senior citizens so they can feel welcome, they can feel that people care about them. I think that's very, very important. And I've always believed that. I've always believed that.
Thank you. John, this next question is for you, a 60-second response, and it's a two-part question. You voted against the property tax holiday. Why? And then, you just stated in the Northwest Observer that you would support it in the future. How do you justify these opposing views?
I think I've already answered the first part a while ago, but I'll answer the second part, because since I've already answered the first, support. I will look at the budget, and if anything that we can cut from the budget will be cut. Also, I'll look at what it's going to take to operate our town administrative funds, what it's going to actually take to do it without doing any project. If we got enough money coming in from our revenue share, the money that we had invested and everything, and sales tax, we'll look at that and try to maintain the budget off of that only and not provide any service. Once we got all the services and all done, then we probably can maintain it real low. In a couple of years, we could go with a no tax. As I said previously, if we can't support it, I will vote for it.
Thank you. Becky, a 60-second response to this question. Do you think having ball tournaments, as Mr. Copeland was referring to, is a good way to help the town pay for the ball fields?
I don't recall Mr. Copeland ever addressing me about that.
Jeff, a two-part question for you, 60 seconds response, please. You alluded earlier to the vocal minority. Who or what is the vocal minority? Are the others a non-vocal majority? And do you feel your gratitude to Becky will make you less objective in your decisions, such as do you feel that you would be betraying her?
I don't need to mention who the vocal minority is. That could be anything that you guys think. What I will tell you is there's a lot of people in this town that are not vocal. And I've met a lot of them as I've gone out and met people. And there's a lot of people that have opposing viewpoints and the viewpoints that I see presented at the town council meeting. Now, I can't explain to you exactly why, but maybe it's because the town council meeting isn't all that inviting to most citizens, and I think a lot of reasons why people don't come. In terms of my alliance with Becky, as I said earlier, I have absolutely no problem being an independent thinker. I didn't make it to a vice president of a financial services firm by aligning with people blindly. I can be very objective, and I will be very objective. I'm a businessman. I've been a businessman for a long time, and I'm successful because I am objective, and I am a critical thinker and independent thinker.
Thank you. Rich, this next question is for you, a 1-minute response. Do you believe that Summerfield is and should continue to be a bedroom community? Yes or no, and why or why not?
Well, I think in the general sense, we've already kind of decided that. I think that what really will be guiding us from this point forward is going to be the finalization of the comprehensive plan. I was going over my little flyer that I had sitting back there for my last foray into politics, and in it I saw that the comprehensive plan is under development. It's been 2 years and we're still developing a comprehensive plan. We need to find out what the community wants in that plan to find out whether or not they really want to be a bedroom community. That's really the driving factor in making a decision as to where the community goes. The citizens have the biggest input on that plan. We should be listening to them.
Thank you. And Diane, for you, the same question, 60-second response. Do you believe that Summerfield is and should continue to be a bedroom community? Yes or no? Why and why or why not?
Well,
When I was at town hall, other towns were calling us a paper town because we were only acting as a town on paper. We were not given the services and doing the things that most towns are required. I think most of you know that after our incorporation, Raleigh made it so that towns cannot just, we got in under the wire because now they are they're asking for towns when they incorporate to show that they can have police forces and things like this. So I think that we don't want to be a bedroom community, and I think we're moving out of it, but that's probably what I would call us, because every time something is said about let's build a restaurant, let's build a library, let's do this, let's do that, Greensboro's got them, let's run up to Greensboro.
Thank you. We are at the point now where we're going to start into the 2-minute wrap-up sessions. Let me explain. We received a lot of questions from you folks during the break, but we did promise the candidates that we would be out of here around 9 o'clock, and we're going to push hard to make sure that we hold it to that obligation. So we thank you for the questions. As we stated earlier, if you do have additional questions that you didn't get answered, please ask these candidates. They want to answer your questions. So with that, we're going to go into our 2-minute wrap-up session. Rose, when there's 30 seconds left, if you would give them the time warning signal. And Mark, we'll start with you. 2-minute wrap-up for your closing statement.
Okay. As mayor for the last 4 years, I found it's been very interesting as mayor dealing with a council that is divided on a lot of issues, and I found that it's sometimes like herding cats. You have to, you can't do it really. Each individual council member has their own agenda, they have their own thoughts, they have their own ways of doing things, ways of expressing themselves, and you cannot mandate what a council member does. You have to try to moderate and keep the business moving along. Summerfield has many issues facing it. Issues, as I alluded to earlier, about the Department of Transportation fight over the roads, over finishing the ball fields, watching out for the county and the state as they try to dump mandates on us in the next 12 months. And I feel that with my service to the town over the last 10 years on the council and as mayor, in-depth knowledge of the issues facing the town, then I would be likely contender for another term as mayor under the past report.
Thank you, Mark. Don, your 2-minute wrap-up.
Well, again, thanks you all for coming out. I know you probably had better things to do. But I'm glad you came out, you got to hear it from all of us, and we'll try and wrap this up as quickly as I can. I've already given you my experiences. I don't want to keep going over them, but experience is what it's all about. You got to stand firm, you got to stand for what you believe in. And I promise you this, and I usually don't like to make promises. If you have something, ask me. If I give you an answer and it's totally different than what I said before, don't count on it happening, because I just be straight honest with you. That's just who I am. During this campaign that I've been doing, and many of you see me sitting in different areas and riding around, and I've been knocking on a lot of doors, and when I knocked on a lot of doors, when I left there, people were a little frustrated, considerably. The first time they got mad, I'm like, whoa, what did I stir up? What it was, they were frustrated with the situation here at the town council. And when I say by that, they were angry because they wanted to come, but they told me they stopped coming because they didn't want to sit there and listen to some of the stuff. Now, that's great from them. Somebody can say that I'm saying this, but I heard it from them numerous times. So I'm trying to bring a different tone to this. You know, we need a new tone. We got to bring people together. Is it easy? No, I know. That's like fixing gas and water sometimes. I understand that. I'm tough-skinned. I'm thick-skinned. I understand that. But I listen. I will talk. I will give you my opinion. I will stand for something, and you'll know where I stand. So what I'm doing is asking for your vote. The election is November 3rd, which is Tuesday. Early voting already started, and I voted today. So I encourage you all to vote downtown. Saturday it starts at 10, ends at 3 at Burville. I'll be there. So I encourage you to vote. If you want some new leadership, I ask for your vote. And again, thank you all for coming.